What's going on, everybody? So I know I haven't uploaded in over a week, and if you live in America, then you know that last week there was a very important thing that happened, and it's basically kind of over. We'll see what happens with that, but when that happened, really wasn't trying to focus on basketball or uploading videos because a very important thing happened. I'll just leave it at that. But now that that's kind of over, a lot has happened, honestly, when it comes to the NBA. I mean, we officially have a start date for next season, which is December 22nd, and I have mixed feelings on that, and I'm probably going to talk about it in another video. I'll give my thoughts on it because, honestly, I thought that I'd be more excited about the season starting, but I'm honestly not. But, we'll talk about that later. And then, the draft is next Wednesday, so that I'm very excited about because my Bulls got the number 4 pick, and I'm just really interested to see, do we stay at 4? Do we trade up? Do we trade down? What's going to happen with that? I'm very interested with that. And then 2 days later is free agency, and that's where I originally thought that this wouldn't be all that interesting, but with the news for the couple of days, it's going to look to be a very interesting offseason. So, first off, we had Chris Paul, who apparently the Phoenix Suns want him, and I was going to do a video on that, but some news broke yesterday, and I was like, okay, forget the Chris Paul stuff. I have to talk about this because it has so much more significance, and I was just like, you know what, I need to talk about it. So, from what we're hearing, Russell Westbrook has requested a trade, and he wants to leave the Houston Rockets. That dropped out of nowhere yesterday. It was a shams bond that, no one expected. But yeah, Russell Westbrook is done with Houston. It looks like it was a one and done thing. I remember when he joined last year and we were all excited about, Harden and Westbrook, what that duo could be. And it ended up being a big nothing burger, to be honest. And look, I don't blame Westbrook for leaving because, let's be honest, that team has no direction. It's just kind of staying at yeah, they're a good playoff team. They get to the first or second round and then that's kind of it. They don't really have a championship team. They just don't. And, you'd think that even with 2 superstars, arguably with Harden and Westbrook, they'd be enough. But nope. Because, that doesn't work out. So Westbrook has requested a trade and he's going to want to leave. We were thinking that what Harden would do, but apparently he says he wants to stay committed to Houston. I think that's cap, but we'll just have to wait and see with that. And, yeah, this is interesting because the Rockets just got a new head coach too. And I was thinking, okay, we'll see how this relationship forms. Maybe it'll be better than with Mike D'Antoni. But, Westbrook doesn't even want to deal with it. So, that's that. And, God, it's such a weird thing because it just came out of nowhere yesterday and I wasn't expecting it at all. But look, I'm happy because we're going to get some interesting trades. And the NBA offseason is the best offseason in sports. No one gets excited about offseasons in sports, but if you're an NBA fan, and if you're a super NBA fan like I am, then it's a very exciting time, Players going to different teams, stuff comes out of nowhere. You have Woj and Shams who, drop bombs out of nowhere. It's great. It is great. So, the question now is, where does Westbrook go? And there's a lot of options that people are talking about. The Lakers, the Clippers, back to the Thunder, the Miami Heat, the Knicks, the Clippers. I already said that. But as of this morning, I just read that apparently not the Houston Rockets, the Charlotte Hornets are interested in Russell Westbrook. And I'm just thinking, and when that report came out, I'm like, why? Why the Hornets? Okay, I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a Jordan connection. Russell Westbrook is with Jordan. Michael Jordan is the owner. Maybe that's some kind of connection there, and Russell wants to play for MJ. I wouldn't doubt that. But other than that, what is there in Charlotte? They have nothing. Literally nothing. And even if you put Westbrook there and he's the main guy and he wants to be the ball handler and the main guy like he says he wants to be, that doesn't mean anything. Charlotte has nothing, and you need to have some weapons around you. When Westbrook was the number 1 guy in OKC, he still had good options. He had Steven Adams. He had Robertson for a time. He had other guys who he could count on to do stuff, to be that triple-double machine like we knew he was. In Charlotte, what is there? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I don't know, Devontae Graham's nice, but what else is there? Terry Rozier got big money there, but he hasn't really lived up to that. What is there in Charlotte? I just don't see it. But honestly, like everyone's gonna kind of speculate about what teams he should go to. I just have no idea. It's not that easy to just kind of think of, because it's easy to say, oh yeah, he can go to the Lakers or the Clippers or any team that needs a point guard, but like, does it fit? Because Westbrook is in a very interesting position, because everyone a couple years ago would say he's one of the top point guards in the league. He's a superstar. He was an MVP, triple double machine. Then he went to Houston and he just like was not good. He had a stretch before the season shut down where he was good, but when it came to the bubble and during those playoffs, he was not good at all. So I'm just like, okay, is he still that guy? He's a 30-something-year-old. I don't know, I wouldn't say he's past his prime, but it's getting there. So I'm just like trying to think what situation would be the best fit for him, and it's hard. Does he go to LA or go to the Clippers and try to win a ring? Does he go to the Knicks for whatever reason to be in New York? I think that's the only benefit of being with the Knicks, is that you get to be in New York. I don't see anything else other than that. The Hornets, okay, fine. Miami would make sense. Miami would make a little bit more sense, but I don't know. I feel like the Heat have Goran Dragic, who's been great, and I don't think they'd want to replace him with Westbrook, even though Westbrook would be nice. I don't know. I don't think that'd be great. What else? Minnesota with, a backcourt with him and D'Angelo Russell, and then having Cat. That would be interesting. Honestly, him and Phoenix would be interesting. Honestly, it's just hard. It's really hard to figure out what teams would fit for him. I can't, anyone who says they know what's going to happen with Westbrook is wrong. It's very unpredictable what is going to happen, because Charlotte came out of nowhere. I was not thinking Charlotte would be a spot for Russell Westbrook, but if it does end up happening, I don't know. That's not fun, because I feel like him going to the Lakers or the Clippers would be more interesting. Even him going to the Knicks would be interesting, because it's like, hey, the Knicks have someone that they can be excited about, kind of. But the Hornets, really? And there was also a tweet yesterday that I read that I don't even remember who tweeted it, but this guy who has the sources, I don't know if this guy's really all that accurate or not. He tweets about how he's right all the time. I don't know, but he says the Bulls are interested in Westbrook. The Bulls. I can't tell you how. I don't know what I would do with myself if Russell Westbrook joined the Chicago Bulls. I have no idea how I'd react. Would I be happy? No. Would I be angry? I have no idea how I'd feel. Because think about, okay, hypothetically, right? Let's just say this is actually going to be a thing and the Bulls are actually interested in getting him. I highly doubt it. The Bulls have been very, very quiet about what they're trying to do with the draft and the offseason, which I kind of like. The secrecy is good. But, I mean, hypothetically, right? If the Bulls want to trade for Westbrook, that means probably our 4th pick is gone. And that also means probably one of Levine, Markkanen, Wendell Carter. 1 or 2 of those people are gone too. And I don't want to give up any of, me personally, right? I wouldn't want to give up any of those guys. I wouldn't want to give up Larry Markkanen. I wouldn't want to give up Wendell Carter. Zach LaVine, I wouldn't even want to give up, right? If we could somehow, some way, keep what we have and add Westbrook, okay, then there's an interesting conversation to have. But we're gonna have to give up something, right? I'd rather have that number 4 pick, because from all the numbers that we're indicating, we probably might get LaMelo Ball for all we know, unless he goes number 1, like they're saying. We could get Danny Adjiva. We could get Anthony Edwards. I don't know. We could get Killian Hayes. I don't know. I don't know what we would want to give up for Westbrook, and would it even be worth it, right? Hypothetically, right? If the Bulls kept what they have, they didn't get rid of any significant players and somehow added on Westbrook, we'd probably make the playoffs. But then what, right? We'd still be a mediocre team, which, look, it's better than what we are right now, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope this person's probably capping, and just, the idea of Westbrook to the Bulls is just so odd. I don't know how I'd feel about it. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Westbrook. The trade, he's requested a trade. He hasn't specifically said what his primary destinations are, which honestly does surprise me. I thought he'd kind of I thought that we'd have an idea of where he wants to go personally, but, we just haven't seen that. But I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting, because 1 year in Houston after, all those years in OKC, 1 year in Houston that did not go well at all. I don't know. I don't blame him though. The Rockets have no path forward. They're just kind of stuck in this, purgatory of being okay. So, I don't blame him for wanting to leave. We'll see what happens with him. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I've rambled on enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like and comment. Where do you think Westbrook should go? I don't know. It's hard to predict. So I'll just say, you know what, you guys comment down below and let me know what you think is going to be a good fit for Westbrook. Because honestly, I have no clue. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss an upload. I know I didn't upload for the past week, but I promise you I'll be back. And next gen content is coming soon. I secured a PS5 somehow, and next gen content's going to come soon. So I'm going to leave a link to the gaming channel in the description. It's not fully set up yet, but I'm getting that set up, and I should have videos up there coming this weekend, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, thank you guys for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.